On behalf of Commissioner Jeff Long of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security and our Director of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, Buddy Lewis, let me just say thank you for being here. I'm Jason Ivey. I serve as the Deputy Director of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. And we appreciate all of you being here for Operation Hands Free. In fact, Director Lewis would be here, but he's at another press event at this very same time. We're holding 4 of these events kind of simultaneously across the state in Chattanooga, Knoxville, Memphis, and of course here in Nashville today. So he's at that press event in Memphis this morning. So the purpose of this event, very obviously, is to crack down on violators of Tennessee's hands-free law during National Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And we have a long list of partners that have been a part of this endeavor. I want to go through them quickly. I'm not going to mention specific names. I would forget someone, and I apologize. Obviously, we're bringing in the big guns for this. We've got airplanes helping us with this endeavor today. But let me go through this list of folks that are really longtime partners with the Highway Safety Office. Our sister division, the Tennessee Highway Patrol, Metro Nashville Police Department, AAA, the Auto Club Group, Vanderbilt University Medical Center, Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital. And just a side note, they celebrated their 20th anniversary just about a month and a half ago. So congratulations on that. TriStar Skyline Medical Center, the Federal Highway Administration, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, of course the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, and the Driver Services Division, another one of our sister divisions, the Nashville Department of Transportation, and of course our local media sponsors. And we welcome you all to ride along in the bus following the press event and to capture this experience and to help us spread awareness to Nashvillians and those who are here in the area as well. I'd also like to thank the Tennessee Department of Transportation for providing the help trucks, you see them right over here to my right, to assist with traffic management. And let me just give a shout out to TDOT. If you didn't see their April Fool's joke today, go to social media and look that thing up. It was brilliant, brilliant. I'm really impressed by it. You'll also notice Hands Free Tennessee on TDOT's highway message boards across the interstates to remind drivers that we are a hands-free state. So today may be April 1st. It may be April Fool's Day. But the topic that we're here discussing today is no joke. It is absolutely deadly. It is difficult to enforce. It is underreported, and it is rampant across Tennessee, if not across the nation. Distracted driving is too common on our roadways, and everyone standing in front of me and behind me has seen someone on the interstate or on a road texting or driving and making phone calls without a hands-free device. It's dangerous, and it leads often to a crash that was 100% preventable. These are bad choices. During today's bus tour, THP and Metro Nashville police inside the bus will observe traffic, and in fact, you'll all help as well if you're riding on the bus too. Be looking for distracted drivers and then radio the patrol vehicles to execute enforcement action. We hope that today's effort will make a significant impact and encourage drivers to make safer, dare I say it, smart choices when it comes to not being distracted while driving. Thank you again for being a part of this campaign today. We're so excited about it. At this time, I will introduce our next speaker, Sergeant Andrew Perez from the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
My name is Andrew Perez. I'm a sergeant with the Tennessee Highway Patrol here in the Nashville District. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to the members of the media, and as well as the countless traffic safety partners and advocates that we have here and across the state. To kick off National Distracted Driving Awareness Month, the Tennessee Highway Patrol is pleased to announce will be joining in a statewide multi-jurisdictional enforcement campaign to combat distracted driving. The goals of this initiative are simple: to increase highway safety and save motorists' lives. The Tennessee Highway Patrol and agencies across the state will be focusing on distracted drivers, but they'll also be looking for motorists that are unrestrained. And distracted driving, in many ways, is much like driving under the influence. It divides your attention, it reduces your response time, similar to the effects of drugs and alcohol, and it's 100% preventable. Since the hands-free law went into effect on January 1st of 2019, distracted drivers have contributed to more than 91,000 property damage crashes, over 32,000 injury crashes, and 411 fatal crashes. Last year alone, 1,339 people were killed on Tennessee roadways. 2 out of every 5 of those killed were unrestrained. Each of these crashes and untimely deaths could have been prevented. We're asking community members to obey the law and devote your undivided attention to driving. Leave your cell phone and other electronic devices alone while you're driving. Remember, in Tennessee, it's illegal to drive with your cell phone in your hand. We're a hands-free state. We discussed a few statistics today, but I want to emphasize that each of these numbers represent a family that has been impacted forever. The fight to end distracted driving starts with you. Starting today, make a commitment to drive hands-free. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, and on behalf of Chief Drake and the entire Metro Police Department, we're very proud and encouraged to be a part of such a good campaign. Thank you for THSO for putting this on. The Metro Police Department still stands at the ready to do our part to help the roads be safer. We still stand at the ready to do our part to keep families' lives from being ruined by people not paying attention while driving. I want to send a quick message to the public that for them to do their part. I'm asking the public to be encouraging to your coworker, be encouraging to your classmate, be encouraging to your teammate. If you know someone is driving irresponsible, say some encouraging words to them to help them focus on what's important in driving safely. If you have someone you care about, if you have a family member that you love and you hold dear to your heart, and you know that person is driving irresponsible, sit down, talk with that person, tell them how much they mean to you. Tell them how valuable their life is. Tell them that you care, and encourage them to drive responsibly. We're all in this together, okay? It's going to take all of us here and the public to make good decisions on what we do when we are on the roadway. And if we do that, I'm confident that will make a positive impact on what we do each day. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Megan Cooper with AAA here in Tennessee, and AAA has been a part of this campaign since it began, and we've been excited and proud to see how this campaign has evolved throughout the years. So our shared mission with the Highway Safety Office and all of our other traffic safety partners here, our shared mission of making sure everyone is safe on our roadways and able to get home safely is what makes this so personal for us. So we've heard a lot about distracted driving so far today, but one thing that I want to focus on is a reminder for drivers that distraction is more than just texting and cell phone use. Anything that pulls your focus off of the task of driving is a distraction. So that could be eating, drinking, talking to another passenger, helping younger passengers in the back seat. The fact of the matter is that anything that pulls your attention from driving is a distraction, and it could have very serious consequences. Another thing that I want drivers to understand is that just a few seconds of indiscretion behind the wheel, a few seconds of distraction can have serious consequences. So some of our research shows us that just looking away from the roadway for 2 seconds doubles the chances of a crash occurring. Just 5 seconds of reading an email or a text is like driving the length of a football field while blindfolded. And our research also shows us that mental distractions can linger for a lot longer than what we realize. Mental distractions can linger for up to 27 seconds after a driver uses their mobile device, even if that device was used while sitting at a stoplight, at a stop sign, or even while the vehicle was parked. Despite what a lot of drivers may think, hands-free is not always risk-free. Even with your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel, if your mind is not fully focused on the task of driving, you are not being a safe driver. Our research also tells us that in some cases, the vehicle itself can become a distraction. So infotainment technology in our vehicles, while designed to be helpful, can actually cause a visual distraction and reduce those reaction times behind the wheel. So some key takeaways for drivers: AAA believes that there is no excuse to be distracted behind the wheel when the potential cost is potentially injuring or killing someone else on the roadway. Roadway safety is a shared responsibility, and so we're asking Tennessee drivers to take a look at their own driving behaviors and see where they can make some improvements. Our first tip for drivers is prepare your drive before you even leave the driveway. So set those vehicle systems. So prepare for your drive before you leave the driveway. Set your vehicle systems, get everything where you need it in your vehicle so you're not doing that while you're driving. Place your mobile device out of sight to avoid those temptations of using it while you're driving. We would also encourage drivers with smartphones to use the driving focus feature. This allows you to place your cell phone into do not disturb mode, and you can even set up a automated text to go out to let other people know that you're driving. Remain focused on the task of driving, so don't let anything or anyone pull your focus from fully focusing on driving. And finally, don't be a distraction. This means that if you are a passenger in a vehicle, try your best to not distract the driver from the task of driving. Be a good co-pilot, help them out, help them email, text, whatever it needs to be done to help them. And then if you know that someone is driving, avoid texting or calling or reaching out to them while they're driving. And finally, we do want drivers to be prepared for the increased activity at the roadway, especially today and as we see increased enforcement. So we want them to remain vigilant and putting down those distractions so they're able to slow down and move over and help protect those that are working at the roadside. Thank you.
Good morning. Again, I'm Jared McKinnon with Vanderbilt University Medical Center. I appreciate the opportunity to be here in support of this really incredibly important initiative. It's been set up here quite a few times. These are preventable injuries and deaths. And I cannot highlight enough that these traumatic preventable injuries and deaths lead to a significant cost of lives nationwide yearly. A significant portion of these are related to motor vehicle collisions, and emergency department visits are on the rise nationwide with millions per year related to these motor vehicle collisions. A little over 20% statewide of trauma contacts every year are a result of motor vehicle collisions, which obviously leads to a significant number of trauma admissions and deaths. And injuries, not just the significant number of deaths, but these injuries lead to permanent disability, prolonged hospitalizations and ICU stays, need for rehabilitation, and a significant cost. So this is a really important public health emergency. These preventable injuries and deaths for motor vehicle collisions often occur in young, healthy people that are in the prime of their lives, and a significant number are due to distracted driving. It's been mentioned that distracted driving leads to thousands of deaths per year, and a significant magnitude higher than that in injury and disability. And I think it's important that it was just highlighted that this is not just for those driving. About 20% of those killed in crashes involving a distracted driver were not in the vehicles. So this is not just people in the car that die, it's often innocent bystanders that are riding bikes, walking, running, working on the side of the roadway. There's multiple strategies to mitigate the risk of injury from motor vehicle collisions with the associated death and disability that goes with that. Seat belts and appropriate restraint devices, not driving impaired, and germane to today, avoiding distracted driving. So, while eating, sending a quick text, making a quick phone call may seem like easy tasks that don't take much time, they can have devastating consequences. So, it's been said, keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and your mind on the task of driving. This is an incredibly important initiative, and it's an opportunity for us all to work together to save lives. So thank you.